Hi, I'm Marna. Happy Valentine's Day 2021. Wow, time is just flying. I am so blessed. I have met so many wonderful people in the last year and a half being on YouTube with the dolls. It's a wonderful community of doll lovers. I have made many friends, and I am blessed to tell you that I did a collaboration, a Valentine's Day collaboration with 3 of those friends that I met here on YouTube. The channels involved are my own doll rescue, as well as Peacecraft Love Dolls with Tammy Powley, J Dolls UK, and Beth Ramsden. All of their links will be below, and this is what we did. We made Valentine's Day outfit for one another for our Blythe dolls. It also came with a some sort of hat or headpiece. You could also send any other kind of accessory that you wanted to or not, doesn't matter. Still fun. Each of us do our own sewing for our dolls, so it was a make address for the Blythe dolls. 2 of us were in the UK and 2 of us were in the United States. So this time when we did a collaboration, to save on postage and time of the package reaching one another, Tammy Powley, and I did our exchange, and then Jay and Beth Ramsden exchanged in the UK. I really hope that you will go watch each of these videos and see the items made. This is what I will be sending to Tammy. I made the little dress, and we'll show you how in just a minute. I also put together this little necklace. I can't take credit for the jump ring. Oh, I hate those things. Little pair of shoes. You don't know if I do know that Tammy has shoes galore, and I think she even makes them. Aren't these cute? Just for fun, a little pair of dice. She maybe could use those in one of her photos for her Blythe dolls. I bought these teddy bears quite a while ago for the monthly crafters, and we did a Barbie craft with them, and I couldn't decide which sides to use for the Blythe doll, so I went with the larger size. And I'm going to trim this, and I better do that quick, but I haven't decided how long I want the tails to hang on the bow. I made this little hair clip with a doll craft hat and some ribbon and a flower. Darren made these, oh, I just love these stands, these doll stands. These are the Blythe size. Tammy will also get the stick that goes in it to make the stand. And I'm sending her one of each. Tammy has a lot of Blythe dolls. This is cute. This was an earbud holder that was at Walmart. I hot glued a little handle onto that, and I thought about making a neck, to go around the neck and kind of like a purse. But this worked out better for the Blythe doll, so we just did a short handle. Inside, this is not a purse. It's a laptop holder. How cute is that? Darren found these for Barbies on Thingiverse. Now, you could add a screen to that, and I'll let Tammy finish that out. But I think these are adorable, little 3D printed laptops, and that goes inside. We also 3D printed, I love these. They remind me of ice, and of course in February there's a lot of ice in the United States, most places. More up north, of course, than the south, but anyway, I really like these crowns, so we're going to send her one of these too. And what is Valentine's Day without some chocolate? So I'm going to wrap up these items, and we are going to get them packed to send to Tammy. I wrapped up the laptop to put inside of the laptop bag, and now I'm going to wrap the laptop. I started to say, I forgot when I was telling you what was going in the package, I like to tell you where I get everything in case you would like to buy it too. The little bears came from eBay. The shoes came from eBay. I buy these in a lot. The little hat came from Hobby Lobby, and I got those on clearance. The ribbons and the flowers come from Walmart. Darren, of course, printed the 3D items. The dress fabric and the lace came from Hobby Lobby. The ribbon came from Walmart. And the little dice this was actually a necklace that I bought, oh gosh, years ago. I've used these for dolls and small pet clothing that I used to make and sell. This came off a necklace I actually bought at a garage sale. Okay, here's the little hair clip I made. And I think it needs something in the front, but I don't know what, but it's still kind of cute. And I'm going to show you how I did this with the glue gun. All right, so I bought these little hats. I love these. I got these from Hobby Lobby, and I got them on clearance. What did I pay? 49 cents, and I think there were like 8 in a pack. So what I'm going to do is cut 3 colors of the ribbon, and starting in the front of the hat, I want to find the good side for my flower to land on. I think that's going to be where. I'm going to hold on to that, and starting in the front, I'm putting a little glue to hold the lace or the ribbon in that spot. Oop, 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 oop. Don't I always say that when I use the glue gun? Oop. Okay, and then moving it down and around, and then I'll add a little bit here and a little bit here, and then line these up and pull them on around. You could put a charm. I thought about putting a heart charm on the front, and I didn't like it, but you could. I mean, somebody might. And then I'm going to hook down my crossover, and I'm doing one side at a time. Or you could just leave the ribbon like I'm probably going to do. I might try a little bow in the front. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm crossing over my ribbon, and then I'm adding a little bit more glue for the other direction, and gluing that down, pushing towards the bottom of the hat, the brim of the hat. Ah, my finger's stuck to it. I have a lot of little spider web pieces to pull off. And then I'm taking the hat and I'm putting it down in where the brim meets the top, can't think what it's called right now, top part of the hat. Now, then, because I want this on the head like this, when you put your clip on the hair, you always go in this direction. So that's how you want your hat to sit. Think of this as where it goes into the hair, and add your hat accordingly. I used a lot on this because it's metal to mesh, and I really want that to stick. So once again, I want it cockeyed. Oop, not that cockeyed. I want it cockeyed, and I'm pushing that down, and I will come back and pull all those spider webs off. Okay, we've talked about fabric size before, but I'm going to mention it. This is too big for this doll. This might be okay for your American Girl dolls, but probably too big for them. This print, if it were just the large hearts, would not work either. But because of her big head and the small print hearts, this fabric would work. I like this a lot. In fact, I'm working on a dress with that. But what we're using today are these tiny hearts. I got this pattern years ago off of Pinterest, I think, and it's a Barbie pattern. And I bet you're thinking that that is a sleeve and this is the front of the dress. And it could be, you could use it like that, I suppose. But indeed, this is the armhole right here. And you fold this over on the doll after you cut, you see your neck and your armhole. This is your neck, and you put that on the fold of the fabric and cut that out. And what we're going to do, that is an entire top. But what we're going to do today is we're going to cut 2 of these and line the inside of the outfit with the second cutout. In other words, cut 2 with this piece of your pattern. This is how I do it. I fold one over and then I lay it on top of another. When you do this, make sure the very edge of that pattern is covered by fabric for the opposite side of your pattern. I meant to tell you with my pattern that I use a Barbie pattern, but what I had done was I made the waist of it smaller to fit Blythe. You can go to Pinterest and find these sorts of patterns for free. When you get your 2 cut out, faces together, right side of the fabric together, pin it, and not at the waist, but all the way around everywhere. Make a seam, and then cut the extra fabric close to the seam, but not too close. Okay, I cut close to the edge, but not too close. But on my corners, I do take a notch out. Now, some people don't, because of when you push the fabric in the corner, when we get ready to turn this inside out, if some people get dangerously close and they lose that stitch. Okay, here comes the fun part, not. Turning it inside out, and it's just a slow and easy process. And when you get it pulled a little ways, just reach in and pull, reach in and pull. My fingernails are a mess. They always are in the winter. Break them off easily. Then you take something, preferably non-sharp. I always use sharp. And a good thing to use, and I should be, is a chopstick. When you visit a Chinese restaurant, get an extra pair. Put them in your sewing supplies. They are very handy for so many things. But just keep working that edge until you get it turned inside out. Okay, I went and got a chopstick, which I do keep on hand. I use these for a lot of things with crafting. When you're using hot glue guns, it's a good thing too. A couple things I wanted to show you. One, when you get to your little edges, sometimes they're rounded. And what you want to do is, for instance, I'm pushing against the back as I pull against the front, gently but firmly, to get those as squared out as I can. And then I'm going to finger press, and finger pressing is basically working your fabric, and you push in as much as you can from the underneath side and then pinch that down, and then you take your fingers and you work that back and forth. And what that does is it sort of stretches the fabric so that it lays flat. But even after that, we're going to take it to the iron. And once I get this all finger pressed all the way around, I am going to iron that flat, pushing my seams as far as I can. Because the next step we're going to do is we're going to fold this down. And after this is pushed out, the seams are pushed out, we're going to make that edge, leaving room for Blythe's hand to go through for her sleeve. And I personally leave those a little wider because I don't like pulling hands off a doll to change the clothes. It's not a big deal. I do it, But it's not something, if I'm making clothes, I try to make them big enough. With this particular print, it does not matter. But with other prints, like if you had animals or whatever, sometimes you want to check both sides to make sure or to see which side you like better to be on the front of your doll's chest. If you're making this pattern, it is at this point that you will notice that she needs darts. I know where they go because I've eyeballed this before. I made a practice dress. But take your doll, put it on, actually you want it inside out. At this point, you have just a very small seam over here. My machine was fighting me, so I've got a lot of trimming to do. You'll notice she either needs this taken in or darts, and I put in darts. And put it on your doll. Here's the breast. You want to end at the breast. So you put your top in the middle of the doll. Make sure she's centered, I guess is how I want to say that. And then holding this side so that it is tight, pinch your dart and then hold it with your finger, making a mental note of how far you want that dart to come up. And then what I do after I get this first one in, where I have it pinched, and I know how far to go up, you start at the bottom with your stitching and you go up. Do not back stitch a dart. What you do is you take your bobbin thread and your top thread and you tie that in a knot up here. Now down at the bottom, you will back stitch to knot it. This is what I was talking about to tie a knot. You've got your top thread and your bottom thread and you just tie a knot here. And the reason is darts need to lay flat and they're supposed to be unnoticed. You're not supposed to notice darts. And it gives it kind of a shape of its own and a less forgiving shape than it should be if you back up your sewing machine there. Now we're going to cut the skirt on this. Let me turn it around and show you what the top looks like. I don't like these necks, but I'm going to redo this pattern a little bit. But at any rate, there's the neck. Now what we need is, this is how I do it. I'm sure people cut patterns different than I do. Well, I know for a fact because I'm always winging it. I lay my top piece down, and when I want a gathered skirt for this dress, and I go at least 3 times longer than the dress or the top, and usually 5 times longer than the dress. So that's how I measure it, and I make my skirts. I like them a little shorter, but for the collaboration, I'm going to do a 5-inch piece of fabric and add lace to the edge of it. Once I get this cut, what I'll do is I will finish this seam. I will roll it over not once but twice, and the reason I'm rolling twice is I'm putting my lace on the outside. I want the full lace effect for the skirt, and you do that before you gather it. Also, if you have a fold over wrinkle like this, you'll want to iron that flat before you sew it onto the dress. Okay, I ended up making this 5 by almost 12. I just kind of cut a chunk out. I made my seam, finished my seam, and laid my lace down on top and have that ready. Now what we're going to do is take a needle and thread and our top, and we are going to take a running stitch across the top as close to the edge as possible without about a 1/4 inch down, maybe an 1/8 inch down. And we're just going to gather that all the way across till it becomes the length of the top so it can be sewn on. When you sew that down, after you gather it and you sew it down, push the gathers away from the edge and leave your edge out just a little bit. What you're going to do is fold that under for about an inch, and then you will sew your skirt, matching your lace at the bottom. Sew your skirt up till it's about an inch from the bottom. We do that last. After you get it gathered, you first sew it right sides together to your top. Okay, when you get your gathered skirt sewed to the top, this is what you'll have. That's how it'll lay. What you do about that is take it back to your sewing machine, finish your two edges first. You see I haven't done that. Just like I said, turn that over twice, take it down about an inch and stop. Then and do that on both sides. Then take your sewing machine, and this takes a lot of hand manipulation. Put the bulk of the seam down towards the skirt and run a stitch right across there. But as you do that, keep pulling your gathering straight. There's only two more things to do, and that is one, put your snap on the back. I use snaps. You can use Velcro or anything else you want. Why are there two dresses here? Because yesterday I made this with red. I wanted to see what it looked in white, and I didn't film this one. And this will be the one I send to Tammy, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I hope she is. I added a red ribbon around the waist with a bow, and rather than putting anything at the neck, I kind of like it simple, and I added a little charm on a thinner piece of ribbon to tie on as a necklace. I'm excited, the mail came. I have really enjoyed getting to know and doing this collaboration with Peace, Love, Craft Dolls with Tammy Powley, Jay from J Dolls UK, and Beth Ramsden. It's really been fun because I've got to know them a little bit, and you know, it's exciting to get a gift in the mail. Let's just say it, the gift exchange. We are looking for some other people to join us for another upcoming Blythe Doll DIY gift exchange. If you're interested, please send me an email at marna@dollsrescue.com. Now let's get to it. Tammy had my name to send what she made to my house, and I'm going to open that now. Let's put glasses on. I think all four of us had a good time because, as I said, we're getting ready to do another one. And it's the whole package. You know, you get to make something fun for somebody. You get to wrap it and send it, and then you get to receive. And it's just a fun thing. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at this craft ribbon. It has the yarn and the dressmaker's mannequin and the crochet hook. Isn't this adorable? Glue gun. It's got all kinds of, oh, that is really cute. I don't even know where you found that, Tammy. I am going to double check because I have set stuff aside. And, oh, I hate to tear that ribbon. That's really cute. And so appropriate. Here we go. Opening. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? I meant to tell you I have Trinket here, who is going to try on and model these items. And I got a note from Tammy. Let's see. Isn't this cute? Nobody minds having what is too good for them. Haha, yeah. Hi, Marna. I had so much fun with this collaboration. I whipped up a number of little dresses, so I had trouble just picking one. I'm sure you can find an extra doll for the extra dress I included. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, wow. Thank you, Tammy. Wow, that's very cool. Look at these. Tammy is such a seamstress. She is meticulous and detailed. Oh my goodness, look at this little peasant dress. Oh, I love that. Look at these shoulder pieces. Oh my goodness, we're going to get this on in just a second. Oh, and a little Valentine necklace. How cute is that? Look at that. Oh my goodness, that's really cute. I hope you can see that. It is very shiny, very cute. And then there's this. Oh my goodness. I got to tell you, if you said, which is your favorite of the two? Oh, quite honestly, both. Both. Oh, Tammy, you overdid it. I love this. Look at the bling, how it matches. Oh my goodness, that is adorable. I love it. Let me get another doll. I was getting ready to dress Trinket, and I just want to show you this before I put it on my doll. Tammy is quite the craftsman. I'm telling you, this is so cute, and peasant dresses are near and dear to my hippie heart. All of the edges are finished. Every edge, every stitch, it's gorgeous, her craftsmanship. Has a little bitty snap in the back. How cute is that? And I just wanted to point that out. When I was a teenager, I had a pattern for a long sleeve peasant dress. I cannot tell you how many times I used that pattern. I made it short sleeve, I made it long sleeve, I made dresses, I made midriffs, I made, oh, I can't tell you what all I made with that, and I lived in those clothes. Let me put this on my doll. I believe they call this stinking cute. Oh my goodness, do my dolls look high society? Like the card says, nobody minds having what's too good for them. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. These outfits, she did tell me in a note, are inspired by Riley Blake Jane Austen collection. I gotta tell you, I love this. I love the 1940s hair piece. Oh my goodness, I should turn her a little bit so you can see that better. Oh, thank you, Tammy. So cute. Thank you for watching. I do want to say again, thank you ladies. Thank you Tammy and Jay and Beth. And each of their channels are down in the description. There is a link. Go by and see what they made for someone else's Blythe doll and see what they received. If you're interested in joining us for another Blythe holiday collaboration with your channel, give me an email. Address is marna@dollsrescue.com. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day.